It's The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. And we're going to tell the story in a new way, in a toy theater. Toy theaters were invented about 300 years ago in England. And I think this is a great time for us to bring them back into style. This one's made out of an old wooden box, rocks. And the puppets were made out of paper and glue and some sticks. It's a miniature way to make theater when we can't all be in the room to make theater together. So remember, Dr. Seuss and the Sneetches, and please contact me anytime on the Google Classroom, on the emails, on the dojos, or just whistle really loud. I'd love to hear from you. The Sneetches. The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. The star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars, but the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really quite small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they would snort. We'll have nothing to do with that plain belly sort. And whenever they met them, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts or picnics or parties or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them alone in the dark of the beaches. They left them alone, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Then, one day it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappy. I've come here to help you. I have what you need. My prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then, quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. "My friends, you want stars like the star-belly Sneetch? Ho, ho, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right on board." So they clambered inside, and the big machine roared, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. And then they laughed at the ones who had stars at the start. "Ha-ha! We're exactly like you now. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can come to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they're still the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?" But then up came McBean with a very sly wink. And he said, things are not quite so bad as you think. So you don't know who's who, that's perfectly true. But come with me, lads, you know what I'll do. I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches. And all it'll cost you is $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars so you won't look like Sneetches with them upon theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their bellies quite nicely. And then, with their snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then, from then on, as you can probably guess, things really turned into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. On again, off again, in again, out again, through the machine they raced round and bout again. Changing their stars every minute or two, they kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They will never learn. Oh no, you can't teach a Sneetch. But McBean was quite wrong, I'm quite happy to say, that the Sneetches grew really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether or not they had them upon theirs.